Welcome back to the Ark Survival Guide. This is the next episode of our Let's Play Crystal Isles series, and today we are going to try to tame a Tapejara. Now, taming a Tapejara is always really difficult, but we'll show you one of the most effective strategies to actually pull off a Tapejara tame, and this will actually work on super high-level Tapejaras if everything goes right. But today we're going to show you what happens when everything goes completely wrong, and this will be a bit of a train wreck, so we'll see if we can actually pull this off without dying in the process. Now, people always ask me, why do you like Tapejaras so much? Because I'm kind of like a crazy cat lady collecting Tapejaras, but they are actually an amazing addition to your team because there's a couple of tricks, which I'm going to show you in this episode, where you can fly with infinite stamina all the way across the map without ever touching the ground. You can also shoot while in the air, and you can stick a Tapejara to a cliff and shoot down on dinos that are way too dangerous for you to fight, and you can kill them in complete safety this way. Now, Tapejaras are super rare in the White Shoals area, so we have to try to tame this thing now that we've spotted one. But if you want to find a Tapejara really easily, head up to the floating islands and you'll find them everywhere up there. Now, I think having 2 unicorns is giving us crazy good luck because when we got back to our base, there was another super rare spawn just waiting for us right next to our house. Now, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring that bell to enable all notifications, and drop a comment and let us know if you have any suggestions for the name for this Tapejara. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to start flying right away. We're not going to waste a moment, and then I'll explain as we're flying what we're doing today, because I spotted a really rare and really cool looking Tapejara, and I want to go and tame it as fast as possible. Now, just to fill you in, on the last episode, we tamed a second unicorn, and we now have a breeding pair of unicorns. We already have a baby unicorn on the way. I still can't believe we actually found that unicorn. And while the baby has been in the middle of, breeding, it takes a while for it to actually, gestate and finally be born. So in the meantime, I like to scout around off camera and see if I can find anything interesting around our mountain. And one of the first things I've been looking out for is a Tapejara. Now, Tapejaras are one of my favorite creatures, and we'll show you at the end of this video why I love them, because there are just some really crazy cool tricks you can do with a Tapejara. And I actually love just being able to snipe things from cliffs with even a crossbow pretty effectively. But the most important thing about a Tapejara for us right now is the fact that there's a trick where you can fly with infinite stamina using a Tapejara. And the really great thing about that is most of the Crystal Isles, you really need a flyer to get around, which I think is why they introduced the Tropeognathus here. But we're still a ways away from being able to use a Tropeognathus, and I'm actually keeping an eye out for those too, but we won't be able to actually fly on them for a while. But I am hoping to build a base up in the Crystal Isles Floating Islands area, and we've got some really cool stuff up there that we can do, but we're going to need to fly really far. And as you can see, even just flying a short distance, these pteranodons have to make a lot of stops along the way. So, I am on the way out to where I spotted a really cool looking Tapejara, and I've actually grabbed some materials and built some stuff to tame this, and I'll explain that real quick too. So I just grabbed some rare flowers, which you can find a lot of the places around this White Shoals area, but especially on top of these little rock formations. And if you fly around at night, the rare flowers are actually these glowing blue flowers, so they're pretty easy to spot, and you can just gather so many of them. Now, they're useful for a lot of things, but especially right now, we're going to use them for a really, really helpful trick. So if you're taming a Tapejara and it sees you at all, if it spots you, just like a horse, it gets spooked and runs away. The problem with Tapejaras is they are so fast and they spook so easily that if they so much as see you, they fly away and you'll never see them again. You might eventually be able to catch up to them, but they're usually so high in the sky at that point you can't even reach them. And, once they're up in the air, if they spot you, it's really easy for them to spot at you, they'll fly away again. So it's crazy hard to even tame a Tapejara, even if you do find them. Now, they can spawn all over the White Shoals area, but they're a super rare spawn rate. So, I've just been looking this entire time and only seen this one ever actually spawn. Wow, check out that Bronto. It's some crazy coloring on that guy. Bright orange Bronto's kind of cool. I am refusing to tame any more Pteranodons. We're going to get some much better flyers we can use, even though there's some pretty cool colored Pteranodons out here. So I'm really hoping we can actually pull off taming this Tapejara, and I think we're actually pretty close to where I spotted it. Now, they can actually fly a pretty good distance, but usually they just kind of meander around in circles, and, they can end up really high up in the air. So what we're going to do with these rare flowers that we've picked, and I got a bunch of them, is if you eat a rare flower, you use it from your hotbar, it makes you smell so bad that it enrages every dino nearby, and everything, no matter how peaceful it is, will try to kill you. Like, they go crazy. So even the Pteranodons will come and attack us and kill us if we're using this rare flower, and we start, glowing red, kind of like an egg or an alpha raptor, and everything will just want to eat us. Now, that is super helpful if we're trying to tame a Tapejara, because instead of running away from us, they become hyper aggressive and try to destroy us as much as possible. So we're going to use that to our advantage to try to lure this Tapejara up to one of these little mountains up here, and we're going to try to trap it. And the good news is you can use a bola on a Tapejara, but it only freezes it in place for about 30 seconds. And during that time, it's usually not enough time to totally knock one out. This one, I think, is a pretty low level. It is a female, too, which is great, because Tapejara eggs make really good kibble. And I love having a Tapejara egg farm in my base. But I think we're pretty close. I think it was under this little mountain that I spotted it, near the beach. So we're going to check that out, and hopefully it's still here. Another thing about Tapejaras is if they get spooked, they run away. And that's really bad because you may never find it again. So I'm looking around, and oh, there it is. Okay, cool. It is still on the beach. It's walking around underneath a Diplodocus. Wow, dude, talk about obnoxious. Okay. So it seems like this one's got a bit of an attitude. Hopefully it doesn't get squashed. May not be the brightest Tapejara we've ever seen, but okay, looks like it's okay. So we're going to scout around down here and see if there's anything dangerous or aggressive down on the beach, because it looks like we've got a Pteranodon over here. I'm not seeing a lot of dangerous stuff, which is good, because once we use this rare flower, everything is going to try to kill us, including this Pteranodon. So if I can hit it from here without getting too close and spooking that Tapejara, oh my gosh, its fin looks just like a shark fin. Do you see that over the edge of the hill? Da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It's like a land shark. That's awesome. So if I use this rare flower, that Pteranodon is also going to come try to kill me, and between the Pteranodon and the Tapejara, I might actually die. But now the Pteranodon's running away from us, and as long as it's far enough away, I should be able to use this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this quick before this Tapejara spots us. I might get spotted, so I'm just going to keep this going. Okay, looks like it's mad. Here it comes. All right. We're going to do this. I was going to explain beforehand what we're going to do, but we run out of time. So I'm going to keep using this rare flower buff over and over again as it's starting to wear off to make sure it does not run out. Okay, cool. Now we're here, we're on the mountain, and I need to hit this with a bola as quickly as possible. Oh, dang, I thought I had it. Okay. We got a bunch of bolas. We're just going to throw them as fast as we can because our Pteranodon's going to die if we don't. Okay, good. It's stuck. Now, here's the hard part. Usually I do this on flat ground, but we brought some wooden fence foundations and some, little thatch door frames, and that's all we need to trap this thing if we can build 4 sides all the way around it. It's relatively big, so it's pretty easy to trap. Hopefully that's not too big. Oh, no. Oh, gosh, I'm stuck. Come on. Okay, I'm going to keep this flower buff going because he might break free. All right, we lost some really valuable time here, and I don't know if I can pull this off in time. Nope. Okay, he's loose. Gosh, okay, this is bad. This is really bad. All right, we're just about out of bolas. I'm going to see if I can keep this buff going. He's trying to eat me. Oh man, this is really bad. All right, he's trying to kill my Pteranodon. He's trying to kill me. I'm going to keep this buff going so he doesn't fly away, because as soon as the rare flower buff goes away, he is gone. Okay, great. We got him down again. We had to wait like 30 seconds for the Ebola to work again, so we're going to try to club this thing. Now, Tapejaras have pretty low health, so I'm worried I might actually kill it with the club or by punching it. I don't really want to use trank darts, so I just brought the club, hoping I could actually, like, trap this thing, but, okay, come on. Please pass out. Pass out sometime soon, because this thing's going to get real bloody. I really don't want to kill this thing, and I really don't want it to fly away, and I don't want it to kill me either. Okay. Oh, gosh. It's okay. It's still trying to kill me. I'm going to go ahead and use trank arrows now. I didn't even craft any. I should have crafted some. All right. I'm going to get that in our hot bar quick. Our Pteranodon might die here, guys. I think we might lose this. This is like the messiest Tapejara Tame I've ever done. All right. We still got the buff on. He's still angry. I'm going to shoot it with a couple trank arrows, but I'm halfway dead already, and I might not survive this. This is so bad. And as soon as I die, this Tapejara is gone. Whoa, whoa. Did I kill it? Okay, bye. Oh gosh, okay. Well, it's down on the ground. I don't know if it's dead or passed out. I didn't see the "you killed it" little message thing. Oh, great, and there's a seagull, and everything still hates me right now. Okay. It looks passed out, and now the seagull's trying to eat me. And if this thing takes all my stuff, I may not have enough stuff to actually tame this. So, great. This is just great. I gotta kill this seagull before it either kills me or, anything bad happens. And I've still got this buff on. Everything still hates me. So let me land for a second. I'm running really low on stamina. All right, come at me, seagull. Come at me. All right, come on. We can do this. We can do this. I need to kill this seagull if I have any chance of taming this Tapejara. This could be really bad. All right, come on, come on. Now, these things have a really nasty habit of eating all your tranks, and when they do that, they don't pass out, which would be really great, wouldn't it? All right, almost out of stamina. I need to land here real quick. I'm going to see if I can get far enough away from that seagull, but I'm also going to put some deadly arrows in here. All right, so we got some arrows that'll do damage, not trank arrows. Oh, I see his shadow. He's coming back at me, isn't he? Oh, yeah, there you go. Whew, all right. Well, the easiest time to hit a seagull is when it's charging you like that. Oh my gosh, guys, it's unconscious. It is unconscious, and we're going to put some meat on it right away. Whew, I can't believe that worked. Okay. So, we're going to look around real quick. I'm going to leave those Lister swords because we can convert them into prime meat. And I think we're okay. Looks like a lot of stuff is not around here. I don't see any deadly stuff right on top of us, which is great. I was expecting to have to fight, and me and the Pteranodon are not doing so hot for health right now. That Tapejara did some pretty good damage. That was like a level 10. I mean, if we tried to tame a high level, that would have been just, it would have eaten us alive. It's got really cool colors. Like, I love the color combination on this thing, so I really want to actually pull off taming this. Alright, so, everything is okay. We've got it unconscious. I'm not seeing anything super deadly right nearby, but I am going to keep looking, because, I mean, even if something really simple like a Dilo shows up and starts messing with that Tapejara, it'll just kill it. Like, those things have very low health, and they're really easy to accidentally kill, even just using trank arrows, which is why I was trying to club it for a while. I usually put pretty high melee damage on my character, and even then I can sometimes club a Tapejara to death. I actually punched one to death while I was trying to tame it. Okay, looks like we got a couple dangerous things over here. Alright, hopefully they won't cross the water. We should be okay, but I'm probably going to try to get them a little bit further away from us just in case. Alright, just going to scout over here, make sure there's no raptors. So we're actually relatively close to the green obelisk, and got some metal over here, that's great. So I'm just going to keep scouting, make sure I don't see any raptors, because raptors will spawn on these outer areas as we're getting closer to the swamp. Like, once you get underneath the green obelisk, you actually get quite a bit of dangerous stuff, like raptors, therizinosaurs, carnos, stuff like that. And around here even we can get some sarcos and things. Alright, so we're going to highlight him on our taming HUD. We're going to hit track all, and now we'll actually see his taming progress. Oh, she's actually taming up pretty nicely already. So I'm going to top off her torpidity. I'm going to fly back to our base because I mean, thank goodness I did not bring that seagull with us, because it would have been eaten alive, like literally eaten by a bunch of stuff. But if we can bring that seagull back out here, we can get prime meat to tame up much better taming effectiveness and make it a much faster tame. So before I do that, though, we've got these Calicotheriums. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't really run into these very much. So I'm going to just bite this guy, make them all ticked off, and try to get them after me. Now, I especially especially hate these things because they actually throw stuff at you, and they can hit you from the air. And a lot of my strategy involves having the high ground and, being able to stay out of reach of deadly stuff. That's why I actually love fighting things like Rexes and all that, because I just get them on the other side of a cliff and I shoot down on them from the high ground and it's just over, just like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's actually one of my favorite strategies. Okay, there we go. Now they're coming after me. Hey, an Oviraptor, great. I'm still meaning to tame one eventually, but, we gotta stop running into super rare, awesome stuff in order to do that. And we got a Pelagornis, that's cool. If you want to do any fishing, by the way, those things are a perfect amphibious fishing boat, and, they can fly and surf on the water, and you can fish from them. So, I think we're safe enough. Looks like he's actually pretty high on torpidity. I love this new taming HUD, by the way. It just makes it so much easier to be able to actually see when this thing is about to wake up. And I wish, I'm kind of like, where was this all my life? It's so helpful. So now that the deadly stuff is far enough away, we've scouted the area, I think that Tapejara is safe. I'm going to run back to the base real quick, and we'll just skip ahead so you don't have to watch that whole flight, and we'll be right back with a seagull. Okay, so we're finally back. That took forever to fly back to our base, grab the seagull, and come back out here because I have to stop so many times to recharge stamina on this Pteranodon. So I cannot wait to have a Tapejara and use that trick to have unlimited stamina. And I'll show you guys that at the end of this episode after we finally finish taming this thing. But first, let me show you another amazing trick to make this tame go like twice as fast and have much better taming effectiveness and a higher output level once we finish taming it. So first of all, I'm going to open up my taming groups and open the seagull and select that. So he's the only one that listens to my whistle commands. Otherwise, the Pteranodon will attack this stuff and kill it. So I actually shot it off my shoulder, and if I was aiming at a Listersaur or Dodo, sometimes it'll do that where it just, grabs them right away. Now this Listersaur is apparently really tough, and Seagull's having a hard time killing it. Pretty pathetic Seagull. So I whistled for it to attack the Listersaur again, and he's flying around, slowly doing damage to this thing. And this is kind of painful to watch. But eventually he's going to kill it, and he'll actually turn it to this nice little glow. He'll actually start glowing yellow. There he goes. And now the seagull's going to carry it back to me and drop it at my feet, just like a cat. Love that. Now, once it's got the glow, it actually drops prime meat from Listersaurs and Dodos if you kill them. So I'm going to put the prime meat on its inventory, make sure it eats that. And we'll come back in a minute when it's hungry again, and I'll add some more prime meat to it. Now I'm going to put this regular meat back in its inventory, and if he runs out of food, there's nothing for him to eat in his inventory. He's actually going to start losing taming effectiveness, so we got to make sure there's meat there. Now, prime meat spoils in about 2 minutes, and he might not be hungry again in time. I'm actually going to look at his food bar and watch that, and when he takes a bite, I'll note how much food he has at the point where he's hungry enough to eat something. And when his food is getting close to that point again, like maybe 30 seconds to a minute away from when he's going to take another bite, I'll go kill that other Dodo, the other Listersaur, and bring it some fresh prime meat so it eats it before it spoils. So these Dodos and Listros are kind of like little walking lunch boxes nearby. And if I run out of ones nearby, I'll actually take my Pteranodon, find a wild one that's a little bit further away, and carry it over and drop it next to this Tapejara I'm taming, because that way, when it's ready to eat again, I can just immediately get some more prime meat and put it straight in its inventory. So doing this, it'll actually tame up like twice as fast and get a much better level when we're done. Alright, so we have been waiting for this guy to eat this last bite of prime meat, and I think that might actually top off his taming bar, and he might be finished taming at this point. But just in case, we'll grab this Dodo in case he needs some more prime, and whoop, never mind! It is finished taming! Check it out, you guys! We finally tamed this ridiculous Tapejara. It was a total train wreck of a tame. I thought I was going to kill it or die, or lose my Pteranodon, or, maybe all of those things. But we somehow pulled this off. So let me go ahead and remove its tracking, and I'll go ahead and remove my whistle commands from only applying to the seagull. So that's pretty awesome. You got really lucky there, Dodo, but, may as well grab some extra prime meat, so we'll go ahead and try to kill this Dodo anyway. He thought he got off easy, but turns out he's not going to. All right, come on, Seagull. What are you doing? There we go. All right. Just going to grab some extra free prime meat on the way back to our base. And then what? Why is it still alive? Okay, you know what? Never mind, Seagull. You don't want to kill that dodo? That's fine. I guess you guys are friends now. Great. Well, you got lucky, dodo. You just didn't enjoy your freedom. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and head back to our base. Got plenty more dodos up on our mountain. It's actually one of the nice natural resources there is just unlimited prime meat, and that makes it super easy to tame carnivores. So now that the Tapejara is tame and following us slowly back to our base, we will make our way back there, and we'll be right back when we get there, and I'll show you guys some really cool tricks you can do with the Tapejara. Okay, we finally made it home, and we are just about to get back. I'm not sure I haven't... Yep, there it goes. I ran out of stamina just before I got back home. So, I cannot wait to not have to do this again all the time, because this is so ridiculous having to wait for Pteranodon stamina to recharge. And pretty soon, we're going to make a saddle and show you guys how to fly with infinite stamina. I'm pretty sure I've got plenty of metal and cementing paste and all that good stuff saved up, because we've been raiding beaver dams and got lots of it, and we've just been collecting the metal up on top of our mountain every time it comes back, and there's a ton of metal up there. So we'll go ahead and park our Tapejara and run back inside and make a saddle, and we'll be right back. You guys, this is nuts. So I turned off the recording, I was filling up the feeding troughs, and I look over and I spot this right next to our base. Like, we've been home for like 2 minutes after taming this super rare Tapejara. And check it out, it is a level 74 female Tropeognathus. What in the world, you guys? And it's right at our doorstep. Like, are we twice as lucky now that we have 2 unicorns? This is crazy. So yeah, we're gonna drop everything and try to tame this Tropeognathus. Not in this episode, I'll show you that in the next episode. And in just a second, I'll show you some tricks on the Tapejara, but we'll do that after we try to tame this Tropeo, because we cannot pass up this opportunity. Okay, so we're back after trying to tame that Tropeognathus, and I can tell you now the next episode is going to be so worth watching, so make sure you watch that when it comes out. But I promised to show you guys some tricks, some of my favorite things to do using a Tapejara, and why I love these things. So first of all, we'll show you how to fly with infinite stamina. Now, we made a saddle with it, and I'm telling it to follow me, so it's up in the air, and as long as it's on follow, it won't land for a little bit. And we actually can only do this trick if we hop on its back while it's still flying. It will never take off from whistle commands if it's on the ground. So we're going to select the ordering group for the Tapejara, and this way only the Tapejara is going to listen to our whistle commands. None of our other dinos will listen. And I'm going to come up to it while it's in the air and hold its options and go to passenger seats and board front seat. And then I immediately whistle for it to move to the sky. I have to keep whistling up in the air, otherwise it's going to immediately start trying to land. And it'll keep trying to land until it gets pretty far off the ground. But once I keep whistling and it gets high enough up in the air, it's going to stop trying to land, and now it's just flying. Now, nobody is flying this Tapejara. No one is flying. I am just telling it to go to a certain place, and it's listening to my whistle commands. So as far as the game is concerned, since nobody's flying it, it's not losing stamina. And that's the really great thing about this trick. We now have unlimited stamina because if nobody's flying it, it never loses stamina. And we can just keep whistling for it to go from point to point until it flies all the way across the entire map. Now, it's not quite as fast as, say, sprinting or especially flying with like a Tropeo that's got a lot of stamina, but it'll take us all the way to the end of the map pretty quickly, and we'll never have to stop, so we're not vulnerable to be attacked by anything, and we never have to just wait for its stamina to recharge. And another really nice thing about this front passenger seat is we can use it as a gunner seat, and we can actually fire crossbows and rifles and stuff right off of its seat. Now, we gotta be really careful because you can also easily shoot your Tapejara. And a lot of people have lost Tapejaras because they fired like a rocket launcher off the side like this, hit the wing, and blew up all the people and the Tapejara. So you got to be real careful of that. But this is actually one of the most effective ways to solo tame a Quetzal, because if you're in the front seat like this, you can just keep whistling around in the air while you're shooting it with tranq darts until it passes out. You never have to land, and you can stay right in range of it. But you can also shoot down anything in the air using your crossbow, including, really dangerous stuff. Like if you want to take down a T-Rex and have no chance of it killing you, just do what I'm doing. Now, it is pretty hard to hit stuff that's flying because as we're moving, it's changing the trajectory of the arrows, so it's really difficult to actually make a shot connect when you're in the air. So keep that in mind. It's a lot easier if you're using tranq darts or something like that. So in order to land, I actually have to get him close enough to the ground and then hit the whistle fly or land command, and that way he'll actually get off. Otherwise, I could also hop off the Tapejara, but then he's still flying around. So make sure you land in a really safe place because you'll be very vulnerable, and it's very hard to get back on for infinite flight like that. So keep that in mind. Now, another thing I love about Tapejaras is they're super maneuverable. They can fly left, right, backwards, forwards, and they're precise enough in their flying that I can actually eat this guy from the water without touching the water and falling off. So, they're pretty amazing about that. Another cool thing about Tapejaras is they're really precise at hovering, so they're great for building up in the air if you need to build something really tall. Like I was watching a live stream where Aaron Longstaff was building something in creative mode. By the way, if you haven't seen his channel, check it out. He's an awesome builder, great guy. And somebody asked, how do you build like 10 stories high if you can't jump that high and reach that? And I said, well, just use a Tapejara. They're great places to build off of their saddles. They can also carry some stuff, but they actually don't have as much carrying capacity as even a Pteranodon. So I don't think Tapejaras can carry people. Let me know in the comments if they can, but it's mostly just really small stuff. Oh, I want to show you one other thing. I just want to see if this works. So we've actually got these Plant Species X turrets are finally grown up enough to start working, and I went ahead and enabled those. So check this out. I'm going to see if I can chase this guy over the turret's range, and if he starts getting shot down, then we'll know that's working. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, check it out. So he's barely able to move. He's getting shot by the turrets, and there you go. Easy free meat and hide. So that's why I've built these Plant Species X turrets. They'll just do that for anything that comes near my base, which thankfully the Tropiognathus came before they actually finished growing, but that's going to pay off for the rest of the series, so I wanted to show you guys that too. And let me show you one more thing I love about Tapejaras. Okay, so we're going to end this episode in just a second, but I want to show you one more really cool trick that Tapejaras can do. And not a ton of people seem to know about this, but you can actually stick to walls and ceilings with a Tapejara, and if you find a good vertical surface, like this will probably actually do. It's got to be pretty straight up and down or upside down, and nope, that did not work. So I tried to hit the land button and didn't stick to it, but let's see if we can find another surface. This will probably do the trick. So if I back up against it and stick my back feet to it, there we go, and hit the land button, I actually stick to the walls. Now, I'm not losing stamina while I do this, and the great thing about it is if you're stuck to a wall, you can pull out your guns or crossbows and shoot down on things from the wall. And right now, I am completely safe. I can just sit here basically as long as I want. The stamina drains super, super slowly. And if I can actually hit this thing, it's turning red, it's getting bloody, but I'm not seeing any numbers showing up, but it's definitely got arrows sticking out of its back. And I've noticed some glitches like this happen in the White Shoals area in particular, but if you're using a gun especially, it's a lot easier, and that should be shooting down that little guy. Now, you also freak yourself out when you jump off, and your character just kind of goes, ah, which I also love. That's another thing I love about Tapejaras, but we'll try sticking again and see if we can hit this. Now, your range is a little bit limited. Like, I can't aim any higher right now, but it's still a great way to shoot down really deadly stuff from high up. So there's some other cool stuff you can do with Tapejaras, and I'll put links in the description of this video for some guides and tutorials that specifically use Tapejaras. But for now, I think we'll wrap up the episode because it is going a bit long. I hope you guys enjoyed this, though. If you liked watching this train wreck of a tame, or you found some helpful tips and tricks, please give this video a thumbs up so it can help more people. Oh, and this Tapejara needs a name. It's a female Tapejara, pretty cool looking bird, and we definitely could use some suggestions suggestions. So drop a comment, let us know what you'd like to name this new Tapejara we have, because we're going to be using it a lot. And now that this Tapejara will let us fly infinitely, we can build some cool bases in really nice exotic locations on the Crystal Isles map, and we'll do that in the next couple episodes. But in the very next episode, we're going to try to tame that Tropiognathus that just showed up on our doorstep, and we're going to try to pull off a textbook perfect Tropio tame to make up for the train wreck that this Tapejara tame was. And we're going to show you how to make the most foolproof and effective Tropio trap that I've ever seen, and we'll show you a really cool trick to make the tame go like 10 times as quickly. So make sure you watch the next episode. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. And even if you are subscribed, make sure you click the little bell next to the subscribe button and click to enable all notifications. Because if you don't do that, YouTube might not actually tell you when the next episode comes out. And hopefully we can chat live during the premiere of the next episode. But either way, I hope you all stay safe and have fun, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media so your friends can enjoy it too.
And make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because we have lots of awesome new guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and let's plays for Ark and other awesome games coming soon, and you won't want to miss any of that.
We already have lots more fun and helpful videos just like this one, so check out the links at the end of this video to keep watching. You can also chat with other gamers if you join our channel's Discord at the link in the description.
If you want to earn great rewards while supporting this channel, click the join link next to the subscribe button for more information about our channel memberships. We want to give a big thank you to some of our biggest supporters of this channel: Sabo0283, Cole Parmenter, Emmy Fisher, Wolfgirl Be Like, Kelly Razjak, and Ashley Owens. Thank you all so much for everything you do to make this channel possible.
So until next time, we hope you have fun on your own video game adventures, and we will see you in our next video.